Hey Colby, I really enjoyed taking your class today. Let's go over your structure and then we'll talk about some adjustments you can make. I'll stop being weird. Okay, so I kind of broke it up into different things that you did. So part A, really part A would be at the whiteboard. The only thing I have to say is at the whiteboard, which is hard when you coach back to back, right? Is we didn't actually start warming up till 6:38, which some of that was, the class was really long, okay, which is understandable, but we got to get, whiteboard talk needs to be 90 seconds, 2 minutes tops. Like we got to get in and get out. You can kind of talk to them through the rest of the details as you go through class. Okay, then part A, PVC pipe, pass-throughs, Cuban presses, king squats, that's all good stuff. Then you took us into push press drills, dip, that's a big check mark. You did a good job explaining that, and that was in the coach's notes, so that was good. You did a good job of talking about the tempo, pause at the top, and then you did midline and bar path. The only thing I thought was missing here that you kind of brought in later is if we look down to like your dynamic stuff, is we did the jumps, which I think is awesome because we need to get people to open up our hips. But I really think you could have applied it here, right? Because you kind of went backwards. We finished going over push press stuff. Then you went to your dynamic movements of jumping, inchworms, and push-ups, but they couldn't really then apply the jump to their push press. So I think you should flip-flop C and B. Do your dynamic stuff with your jumps, inchworms, and all that, and then we can go to push press drills. That way when they do the jumping, they can actually, oh, okay, I did that jump and my hips need to open. Okay, so I would flip-flop these two guys, and they'll just be like a little bit warmer to actually do that full movement, okay? All right, then we went into part D, which was, the workout, push press plus the pal-off presses, and then I'm thinking for like the classes this evening, to keep the flow, we gotta figure out where to put the bands. And that's not necessarily your fault, just if we have a bigger class, tonight at like 4, 5, and 6, the pal-off press is kind of in the way. So maybe tonight I'll think of a better way to set that up, or maybe we do it on the inside of the rig or something like that. But you always do good once we kind of get moving, motivating people, giving cues and all that stuff. You did a good job of helping those girls in the corner, learn the difference between push press, push jerk, and all that stuff. So then I kind of liked what you did here. We definitely want to get people on the bikes and the rowers. For a smaller class, I thought what you did was fine. You could even have said throughout the 6 minute or 16 minutes that you gave us that they have to go do, 20, 30 seconds nasal breathing in between your sets. And then you could kind of make them a little bit autonomous. But we had a smaller class, so that was fine. This evening though, if I have 15 to 20 people, that needs to be up here, right? The bikes are already right by the whiteboard. We can get them going, maybe do, 2 or 3 minutes on the aerobic pieces, and then we can move on to the stretching. And then, okay, this threw me off. You went out of order. I see what you were trying to do because the class is really long today and you're just, want them to be able to go right to this, but take E out. We don't even need to do that yet. Part E, talking about the push-ups and the triceps, you could have even done that maybe in your dynamic stuff, but talking about that and then us going to the workout, people totally forgot what you said, okay? So you just gotta think of like people's attention span, and it's like if you talk about their push-ups and then we go do the workout, you're gonna have to reiterate everything you just said, even if it was like really good stuff. And it was really good stuff, you just put it in the wrong order. Okay, then you did great on the workout, motivating people, having people write stuff down. Like I said, once you get people going, you're doing a great job. Okay, and then yeah, just make sure you do the push-ups at the end. Okay, so I thought you did really good. I had a good class. I think for you, just as we continue to go, you have lots of really good pieces. It's just the order and the flow of which you're doing it. And I prefer classes that people are moving. Less talking, more moving. Talk, have somebody move. Talk, have somebody move. I never want people standing around for more than like 30, 45 seconds, because then, unfortunately, they start thinking about other things and they're not listening to you and the good stuff that you have to say.
That's great.
Done.